on the corner, fireworks burst every night without a patriotic soul in sight. No target practice, our babies remain sacrifices. Y'all have forgot how precious life is. Greed and lust leaves us, seeds of distrust, guns get bust, lives get touched, blood erupts on the pavement, hearts get crushed, hush, another shorty dead is the statement. This mental enslavement equals tombstone engravements. Who can remember a day when a child was worth saving? How quickly we forget Luther, oh so amazing. Nowadays society shaped mind like pottery. Too much gunplay, gambling, lives away, lottery, then bang bang. The Reaper calls your name, who's to blame? Damn, what a shame. Life and body departed, rearranged and changed. From the same corners you claim, I hope them corners remember your name. I wish the work could stop the killing. I wish love would start some healing. The corner's no place for a living. Stop blaming bad conditions for why we illin'.
My mic is hot. My mic is hot. It seems peaking. Reeking. What you seeking? Call me your reactions along with authority. Snoring ass niggas can't afford to be. Poor to me, you ought to be. Ain't no hardcore crew bigger than the majority. My actions came to rock, die feeling deep. Now face the tames of the nation. King to rock is the one racing. A nation like I'm Haitian. Calls them a celebration. Calls in your nation. I'm Shot Rock Nation till I die. King to rock for Illa. Don't ask why. Why try to testify when you can't deny my greatness? I hate when Marks try to make statements. I'm just tripping, y'all. Most death on the tables, y'all. Welcome to Kingdom's Corner. That's how we do, y'all. Me and Big Pat here. My brother DJ George the Damager is also in the house. What up, George? Reminding me that I should practice social distancing. At least the Avenue's in the house as well. I see you, bro. Be going on behind the boards. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes of Most Definite for a second, y'all. Check them out. Yeah. AK. Yeah. You are now rocking with the illest clique in the world. So what the fuck you gonna do when the drama unfurl? You can type to start a fight, then go pick on a girl. Come on, really? Y'all make me so sick I could hurl. I should've left you where I found your ass. Man, I thought the garbage truck just pulled up cause you sound like trash. Say it with your chest, little nigga. Show us some heart. All my dogs do is bite. We don't know how to bark. My whole crew is like a zoo. Call me Noah of Ark. Cause I got so many flows, I don't know them apart. But I always come prepared like I'm going to art. With poison pens like I'm blowing a dart. Pew. You must be stupid, use your head if you were smart. Instead you went overboard and got fed to the sharks. They say the sun and the moon both began as a spark. So I shine all day, then I glow in the dark. Okay, let's change paradigms. I started with 120, like a buck and some change. That's a paradigm. Back in 89 it was the Ansar movement. I went through many different schools like a transfer student. But you know the guards still drop jewels and show improvement. I create a style, then you and your man start doing it. You can't imitate me. I got styles you can't copy. You can't imitate me. I got styles you can't copy. You want free smoke? I will blow trees in your direction. Next time, ask for the smoke-free section. Now, I'ma need you to answer both these questions. When and where, cause we can do this right here. Just keep testing.
Yo, stop frontin', use your head.
Let it hit 'em. Let it hit 'em. Let it hit 'em. Let it hit 'em.
He's so sexy.
Thank you.
It's so sexy.
Thank you.
It's so
Yes,
sexy.
I am. I'm very sensitive. Yes, I am. I'm very sensitive. It's okay, man.
Hey y'all, what's up y'all? Thank y'all for joining us on Kingdom Rock's Corner. Again, that was most definite our in-house motherfucking turntablist, kicking it for Chirac, Chicago hip hop, one of the legends, one of the pioneers, veterans, all them little accolades that go with that title.
I'm
Consistent, consistently dope, consistently fresh, most deaf. Yeah, but he's so sexy though. He's so sexy. All right. Thank y'all for sitting down with us today on the corner. Again, I am your host, Kingdom Rock. I'm dropping my utensils. I dropped my phone. Thank God I got the little screen on this bastard. I wanted to go on Twitch, but it's asking me too many questions right now. I don't want to get into that. But this is episode 4 of Kingdom Rock's Corner. And again, the world is such a crazy place that we live in, and we can start anywhere. But today, I'm going to introduce y'all to my co-host, Big Pat. Big Pat, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, player partner? How you feeling, man?
I am wonderfully blessed, man. I put in an extra 100 hours for the plantation this week, and now I'm free. Like, I had to get back from, you know what I'm saying, all the escapades of last week. And had to buy alternator, had to buy a battery, all that shit to get out the snow. Hurt my back shoveling in the snow. Oh boy, it was a hell week, boy. The snow was an indicator that life is ever going. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta keep going. Or snow plant. Well, if you stand still too long, the snow would have caught your ass, and you just been there.
Absolutely, we gotta keep on trucking, man.
I mean, like, for real, bro.
Yeah, man, the week has been, man, it's been all right. It's been all right.
The Abbot says flowing water never goes stale. That's what the Abbot said. I think we're gonna keep the Abbot around just for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just for those Confucius moments and shit. You dig?
We could call it Abbotism.
Yeah, for sure. Abbotism. Yeah, we're gonna keep you around, Abbot.
Abbotism.
Like on Hollywood Shuffle, when the message came as message, it just it'd be Abbotism. Abbotism.
AKA shit to get said.
Needs to be
Message.
Shit to get said. Then we'll put it through the filter.
Man, hey Pat, I don't know. I know you're a big sports guy, man. So this week it was speculated that we was gonna get Russell Wilson to the Bears, man. Do you believe that shit?
Well,
He
what
said
happened?
that he would have 4 teams he would play for.
Yeah, but
That's exactly.
Dak ain't going nowhere.
Dak ain't going
nowhere. Don't nobody want to play for the Raiders, man. Vegas is hell. I mean, like, that's Sodom. You know what I'm saying? Russell, a Christian boy. You know what I'm saying? Now think about Russell and Sierra in Chicago trying to save the little black kids. That's what I think they was on, bro. I think they on a mission. Like, they could be the new Obamas. You know what I'm saying? Or be what the Obamas was supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like Russell and Sierra.
You think them white folk gonna pay them a black man?
If you ever gonna play a black man and you failed the other 2 times that you tried, they tried with Cordell Stewart, and we ain't gonna talk about why Cordell Stewart didn't make it. But No, I ain't gonna go there.
Another Adventism. Trying is the interest to fail.
Okay, and then they had Henry Burris. They drafted Henry Burris, and Henry Burris asked them to do diddly. Now you can blame that on. I don't know who you blame that on. You know what I'm saying?
First, Cordell Stewart was a gimmick type quarterback when he was slashed in Pittsburgh. So to expect him to come in being any kind of answer is not even realistic in no way, shape, form, or fashion. And the second one, who the fuck is Henry Burris? Now let's keep on talking about the black quarterbacks.
Now, Cordell was slashed though. Slash was special though.
But what did I say? The Whitney Houston shit, the one moment in time in Pittsburgh.
Well, hey, you know what you gotta remember.
He said the Whitney Houston moment. The moment in time. Okay, we're gonna have to call them Pat-isms. When Pat referenced a song
Oh, you talking about my language. You talking about my music keys.
Yeah, so your music keys.
Yeah.
Told y'all it's a reason Pat here, man.
But yeah, just and then go ahead, keep on. You know, I'm just piggybacking off you. Keep on talking about
Y'all waiting for y'all isms and y'all advertisms.
Keep on talking about the jigs that them played for the Bears. At the quarterback position.
What was the other one? The one that was with Washington.
Okay. Now you on your square. Jason
Campbell. Jason Campbell. We had Jason Campbell for a minute. You know, but if you're gonna pay anybody, Dak Prescott would be the one you would pay. He's a good, honest boy, clean cut.
If you're gonna do that, get Cap.
Nah, I would go with Cap. Nah, the only thing about Cap, I would stick with Rex. I mean, not Rex. I mean Mitch. I'm sorry, I almost fucked up. I went back to Rex Grossman, but hey. Really, Sexy Rexy was cool with me, man. Chicago is hard on quarterbacks, and I remember, like, if Brett Favre would have came to Chicago, he wouldn't have never made it, ever. The first year Brett Favre had with Atlanta, he wasn't shit. He went to Green Bay. He got a coach that had a system that he could work, and it went from there.
No. What he got was Sterling motherfucking Sharp. That's who the fuck he got. When they talk all this Brett Favre's best or whatever, like, hold on, you got to remember who made you.
Yeah, but Brett made some cold marks after that, though, man.
No, but when you got somebody that you know he getting the ball, how everybody and their mama know he getting the ball, but he still killed the
It
bad.
was like Walter Payton back in the day, bro. If you gave Walter the right fucking time to give him that blockage and all that, then he was gone. It was just like Cordell. I personally think that he would have had a better front line. Cordell would have been on some shit, but Chicago didn't have that. They didn't have what Pittsburgh had.
And they had Olin Cruz, and Olin didn't like Cordell.
What the Bears had.
That's all I'm gonna say about that situation. The center didn't like the quarterback.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem. And so that's why Cordell didn't make it in Chicago. There's a bunch of other little shits, but the main factor is that Olin Cruz had something against Cordell Stewart. Alright, so I don't know. Y'all chime in if y'all think the Bears should get Dak Prescott and bring Sierra and they become the new.
No, not Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson.
I mean Russell Wilson. Damn.
And Future.
That'll
mean Future be spending more time in Chicago, right?
Future ain't gonna make it in Chicago. We got the young Chirac niggas. Chirac niggas ain't gonna let Future
so he
survive.
ain't gonna, okay, so he can't come visit his son.
Future is not.
If Russell Wilson come to Chicago.
No, man.
Future rich and got them people behind.
Yeah, he better come in the cloak of the darkness now. He can't come and be Future. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to be past tense. You know what I'm saying?
Disclaimer, America, I don't know if he's saying.
Hey man, these little young cats is not going, man. I'm sorry. Like I don't even know how to reach them. I try to talk to him, man. The other day, one of the shorties, he get caught in the snow. I've been digging people out the snow all week. So shorty get caught in the snow. So he don't know how to get his damn car from up under the snow. Like I'm looking at him, he don't know. He said you got a shovel. He see me shoveling my crib. He see I got a shovel. He say you got a shovel. Okay, shorty, take the shovel. I watched this mark for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I sweep off my car. I sweep off my mama's car. This mark, it take him 30 minutes and still never attack the tire that was spinning. The tire is just spinning while he trying to dig the damn car out. I say, bro, you think you should cut the car off? Cause if the little brother don't, he didn't realize that he hadn't cut the car off, man. This is our future. This is our future. And so he was digging the snow out, and I was like, "Hey man, you think you should cut the car off?" He's like, "No, it's off." I said, "Why is the tire spinning then, bro?" Oh, maybe it is on. Oh, maybe it is on. I got my back turned to him, and I'm pushing snow off the top of my truck, and I'm looking at the tire spinning. And if he was on his square and was at the right tire, he would have hit the snow, made the tire come, like he would have got out the hole. The car would have kept coming and hit both of us and killed both of us, and nobody would have understood how both our ass would have been out there dead under the cars. Like that's not like. And I was like, wow, this is our future.
How old was you?
He was about. He got look. Shorty got a car. It's a little Ram SUV 4-door. It's not Superman car, but it's a nice little car for a young dude. And his family. He got a girl and 2 kids. Every morning I see the young brother start his car up like I start my car up. So I see the little brother every day, but this is the first time I seen him in action. Like, how you gonna get out? Like, how you gonna save you and your woman if some shit went down? Like, I couldn't. Like, this is the shit we gotta look forward to. Like, it scared me. It scared me, bro.
Man, this one thing I took into coaching.
I need an abbatism for that one. Why he tell me this? Find me the abbatism.
Don't underestimate what they don't know. Do not underestimate what these motherfuckers don't know, man. Do not underestimate what a motherfucker don't know. And you can't.
The future is not with the young, but it is with.
Say again.
The future is not with the young.
The future is not for the young, but it's for the willing. Okay.
Meaning you
could be young or old and still not get it.
But you can't.
It's for those who are willing.
Generation, you cannot underestimate the basics. You can't underestimate the basics of what they know. If it's people that you love, people you want to be close proximity with, just to make sure it's like
to reiterate the basics of
man, you have to if it's in your circle and it can affect you. If it can affect you, you better make sure that the motherfucker around you understand what you need them to know. So you can't understand. Oh man, I think they know that. You got a kid. Oh, I think they know when I say turn off the light or check the stove or something like that. You should know this by somebody about a certain age. It's like, no, I have to go behind you on everything that I say to you. You show me enough consistency that you get it.
Y'all hear that, parents? I mean, like, I'm 50, and I promise you, dude is about 28, 29 years old, and like, he got a license to drive a car, he got a family, all that shit, but he didn't have the basic understandings of how to get out of a snow ditch, and I was kind of confused about that, and so when I helped him get out the snow, I gave him a little science behind it, and then when it was done, he was like, "Thank you, yo." I mean, he said, "Thank you, sir," and I said, "You welcome, little brother. Just pay it forward." He said, "What?" I said, "Pay it forward." He said, "What?" I said, "Oh shit, you ain't never heard of pay it forward?" He said, "No." So then I had to educate him on the lessons of pay it forward, and that's where I thought I did my best part. Like to teach him that when you see somebody else in help, you just pay it forward and remind them to pay it forward, and do the good deed to do. You know what I mean? Like I thought that was my blessing for the day. You know what I mean? But you know.
Absolutely, and that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, so that's where I was at with that.
I want to circle back. Abby, Glee. Man, I want that jewel again. What we just said. Going to this situation.
Yeah, we're gonna have to create a box for those the advertisms when they come up. So when you drop them, we're gonna have to reiterate them at the end of the show.
See, to me, what I see is we just need to learn to find the inner self. Let go of the mask and get in tune with the inner self.
Dig it.
That's it.
Dig it.
Inner self.
Dig it.
Could looking outside for your savior.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The kingdom of heaven, even the Bible says the kingdom of heaven is within. You know that?
Man.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to create a box for your advertisms, and that way we can scroll them across the screen or write them down every time you say one. That's what we're gonna have to do. Write them down and then reiterate them at the end of the show. All right? Because you said that the young, right? Right.
It is not about the youth is not the future, the willing are.
That ain't what you said, but I got you.
Yeah, I said it's not. I said the youth is not the future, the willing. They are the future.
Okay.
Whether they're old or young.
But truthfully, we just can't assume that they know.
Man.
Yeah, but we can't assume that they don't know.
No, I assumed that he knew, and that was my failure.
Just anticipate. Don't assume. Just anticipate.
Be prepared that they don't know. Is what you said.
Now I like that one too, because you know that's the way you got to move. Once you recognize that they don't get it, you know, or there's a chance that they don't. Once you know that they're disconnect, you come with a purpose in your heart, not of condemnation, but let me help you out. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of hard at this point because you don't want to get that close to a motherfucker right now.
No. What I mean by come at is the same way you come at, like when you assist him. It's the same thing of in your nature. It's like man, and that goes back to what he's saying. Now, when I come into you in peace, and I have good intentions, if you can't receive that, and once you ill on that level, once you can't receive that, then that lets me know to step off, because I came in peace.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I had good intentions.
I had great intentions.
I had pure intentions. That's the way I go in my relationships. Like I had pure intentions with you. If anything failed, it's on both our ass. It ain't nobody blame. It's on both our ass. I came with pure. Maybe you had some misconceptions.
That shit sound good.
Like I just, you could tell I just came out of a relationship, so I'm just venting here, goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
Project.
Now, we got these hoe ass niggas of the week that we tend to do, and I created a new one, which is bitches you for real. And the bitches you for real is like the Dolomite joint. You know what I'm saying? When if you ever seen the movie, like maybe we can get that clip.
Charlie? He made me do it.
Bitch, are you for real?
And I really want y'all to draw off this real quick. Hold on. You see this, Pat?
No, I ain't seen this yet.
You see the baby?
Wow. Looking like Andre 3000 back in the Aquaman days.
You see the mama?
I'm looking. Oh, wow. A hookah.
And a beer, a Corona.
And a Corona.
And a Corona. Bitch, is you for real? I couldn't let her go. I was like, bitch, you is my bitch, is you for real of the motherfucking the year. Like, she's the #1 candidate in my book. I don't care who, mama, sister, aunt this is. Tell her she wrong. God damn it.
We got to spread with a can of bitch be gone.
Bitch be gone.
Man. Yeah.
And I couldn't understand. Like, I tend to not pay attention to shit like that, but that shit hit my feed, and I was like, wait, somebody is literally sharing this shit. And then it wasn't like World Star. Like, I avoid World Star altogether. I felt like World Star got its start off the fucking off being able to capitalize off the only outlet that continued to show Darian Albert when he got killed. Like, they was the only platform that kept showing that shit.
Okay.
And like, it's cool that it was. I get the fact that it's like news shouldn't be uncensored, but it got to the point that it was disrespectful. And so, and for World Star to make they most powerful impact off of that shit, and never did anything political with that power, and became what it was. It kind of became disrespectful to me.
I mean,
so I never fuck. I don't even fuck with World Star.
Overt exploitation.
Right. So I don't fuck with World Star anyway. So I don't fuck with that type of shit. So when I seen that, I was like, this is some niggerish shit. But I kind of been looking for some bitches you for real shit to put on the show, and so that's where that one came from.
Definitely a candidate, bro.
Because it was either bitches you for real or hoe ass nigga. So when we talk about the hoe ass nigga,
what about both?
I got hoe ass nigga too. Hey B, show me hoe ass nigga B. This is my candidate for hoe ass nigga of the week. Now, I used to respect this brother very, very, very much, and I don't know. It kind of taught me a life lesson about cherishing your sports heroes and shit to a degree that you don't know nothing about them personally. And so, here we go.
I thank you for this opportunity to speak on reparation, which has been spoken about many times over my lifetime, but over the past year has become a hot topic. I asked the question why. There's been many surveys show that a large percentage of black and white teens would say racism is better today than yesterday. We use black power to create white guilt. My approach is biblical. How can I ask my Heavenly Father to forgive me if I can't forgive my brother? I never want to put anyone's religion down, but my religion teaches togetherness. Reparation teaches separation. Slavery ended over 130 years ago.
I'm back.
How can a father be asked his son to spend prison time for a crime he committed? In the case we speak of, we're researching farther back in history, a history many are not taught or spoken about in school. America is the greatest country in the world to me, a melting pot of a lot of great races, a lot of great minds that have come together with different ideas to make America the greatest country on earth. Many have died trying to get into America. No one is dying trying to get out. Reparation, where will the money come from? Does it come for all the other races except the black taxpayers? Who is black? What percentage of black must you be to receive reparation? Do you go to 23andMe or a DNA test to determine the percentage of blackness? Some American ancestors just came to this country 80 years ago. Their ancestor wasn't even here during slavery. Some black immigrants weren't here during slavery, nor their ancestors. Some states didn't even have slavery. We as black Americans have always wanted what the Constitution stated, all men, black, white, and today Latino, Asian, Italian, etc., should be guaranteed the alienability rights of life, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness. Years later, after slavery ended, Dr. King, I Have a Dream speech, said, the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation was a great beacon of light, But hundreds of years later, we're still not free because of segregation and discrimination. Today, I call that reparation. I asked my mom, who is in her mid-80s, her thought on reparation. Her words, I do not believe in reparation. Who is the money going to go to? Has anyone thought about paying the families who lost someone in the Civil War, who fought for their freedom? Your dad and I taught you, speaking of me, to provide for you and your family through a good education and hard work. If you give a man a fish, you feed him a day. You teach him to fish, you feed him a lifetime. Reparation is only feeding you for a day. It's removing the sign of for whites only, replacing the sign for no education here. Black America is asking for a hand up, not a handout. If reparation is a fee or a correction for a terrible sin of slave owners, government, and others, but we punish the non-guilty party, is it not creating division, a separation with different races? I feel it continues to let us know we're still African American rather than just American.
Okay. That was Herschel Walker. My candidate for hoe ass nigga of the year. What you think?
Yeah, you know, he's most definitely the echo chamber. He's in it for the what was the man's name? He got the Stephen Award off Django. You know,
the Stephen Award. Okay,
he been sucking up to Trump since he played for him in the New Jersey Generals.
For sure, right? He was a USFL player.
I'm not going. He's one of the first that started the trend of from the most country segregated state, oppressive state in the union, the old country boy, old hero, to eventually, you know, choosing a mate of Caucasoidian features, you know, yeah. So yeah, you know, and that was kind of a trend. So, you know, that ain't nothing against what nobody's doing, you know, different time and what you're doing, but just for him to sound so country.
I see. I ain't got nothing against him sounding country. It's the sold outness of it.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. I'm adding
like you could be
it.
country and not be sold outish.
But to go to that extreme and to sit up here and go straight Django-itis at it.
Django-itis,
you know, to just, I mean, and he always
was an Uncle Ruckus.
Man, no relation. I'm Herschel Walker. And all this, but you know what, man, it fits him. If, you know, shoe fit by the person. He put on the weave too. So there it is.
I was truly disappointed in what the brother said, but I didn't want to go into his language as a factor, because it's just the heart of men is what I was really more related to. And so I didn't know if that nigga fit. I didn't know if he fit in the category of hoe ass nigga, or if he's the new Judas of 2021.
Nah, he don't have enough impact. That's why I said the only reason why I made fun.
Oh, but wait, bro, where you at? You sitting on Kingdom's Corner. This nigga was sitting in Senate. So when you say he ain't got the impact, I don't know.
He was sitting in the Senate. He was
at that was a Senate fucking. He made this on the floor of Senate. This was for the Senate.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hold on.
He made some statements, but and no, not at all. Not at all.
Herschel Walker tells Congress black Americans shouldn't get reparations. He told Congress this.
Okay, told Congress like how
like they asked him in a defamation and he in a deposition, and he made a motherfucking proclamation in in the halls of Senate that's gonna sit on the motherfucking
Books
archive forever. Yes.
All right.
Right.
Well,
So you could say.
So, like I say, but who was Herschel Walker, and who was you thinking? What was you thinking about him before that? And what power was he gonna have to sway anybody after this? He wasn't nothing before that. He wasn't. He ain't nothing. You know, nothing now.
But that ain't you talking to me and you.
No,
He talking to them.
I mean, he talking to them, but okay, he telling them what him. That's what I'm talking about. Herschel Walker, him.
Most people ain't got that.
He don't mean nothing.
But the people that he talking to.
That's what I'm saying. Who are the people that he's talking to? Herschel Walker does not have impact in sports. I mean, besides the University of Georgia, his name been mud. This is just par for the course for him, and that's basically what I'm saying.
Okay. The factors that I got that I'm trying to get across are the fact that neither you nor I was invited to Congress to speak on reparations. Neither one of us. So whether I respect his opinion, somebody respect his opinion more than they respected mine. And that was the Congress, because they invited him to have a sit down and hearing. So whether me or the million of motherfuckers that saw this, or the 532 motherfuckers that sit in Congress pay attention to him. It's a choice of how many of those 532 actually listen, but they got his ear.
And really, this is not.
I mean, he got their ear.
And this is not. There are a lot of people that we never heard of. He just happened to be a famous name. A lot of people do this all the time.
Right.
He just happens to be a famous person.
Famous black person.
And that's really turning against your people, which is the only reason why it's big time news. That's why I say it don't have too much of an impact, because he doesn't have an impact within the community either way. And he's just, like I said, he's put up there as a crash test dummy for they think, for the white supremacists.
Conservative resistance to slavery reparations is who he led the conversation for.
Thank you.
Conservative resistance to slavery reparations.
Yep. There you go.
That's who he spoke for.
That's who he spoke for. Okay, there we go. We ain't never heard of that group before this. We hadn't heard of Herschel Walker before this, and we ain't think about Herschel Walker after this.
We might not have to. It's all depending on whether we get reparations or not, right?
It ain't gonna have nothing to do with Herschel Walker. Nothing he said. You got to get 218. You got to get 218 votes in Congress to get that passed. That's the thing. Where you gonna get them votes from?
I suggest y'all read and check into it, because it was some shit that he was saying, and he was throwing out he was asking people to sign certain bills like the HR 40. He was asking people to sign, and he's trying to compare shit to Jim Crow that ain't Jim Crow, and yeah, it's a pretty good read. So, all right. But those are my two candidates. Y'all tell me if Herschel Walker belongs in the bitches you for real category or the hoe ass nigga category. And you tell me if the mama with the baby in the hookah belong to bitch ass niggas or hoe ass niggas. Bitches you for real. Alright.
We gotta have a category for both. Sometimes you could be both.
Yeah, sometimes you could be both. Or the new Judas, like the Judas, because of the movie. I really want to kind of keep that going. I want to remind people that there's always a possibility of a Judas in the midst, and to watch your square as much as possible.
But
like that means you. That don't mean the people around you. It means watch your square. Make sure that you're not caught off your square where anybody can use something against you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you might say I was there with so and so, but you ain't gonna say you caught me doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I want you to. I want you to master your square act. I want you to stay on your square and master that, and that way you'll never have to worry about the Judas and the Miss. You know what I mean? So that's my kingdomism, I guess. How to avoid the Judas and the Miss by staying on your square. All right.
You control who you trust and with what.
Truth. That's true. All right. So I feel like I should go back to no. we finna let George do his thing and play some of that Chicago music, and then we're gonna have George come sit on the couch with us. All right, George. So we're gonna let George introduce y'all to George the Jammer, one of Chicago's very own, one of the West Side's finest, one of the greats, legends of Chicago hip hop that many of y'all don't know about but should know about. So I present to some, introduce the others. My brother, George the Jammer.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there? This is your man George the Jammer, the creator of Shy Banging mixtapes back in the day. I'm proud to be in the building with my homeboy Kingdom. Happy to be in this building. We're gonna rock some old Chi-Town music for a few minutes. Let's go.
George the Jammer. All Chicago catalog, y'all. Get going.
I was born to make them bleed, obligated to be the next king. And what cost to be indeed, so I can see on the killing spree. Everybody won't live and nobody won't hail. How much pain can you maintain? When I go into a thing and shoot through your gateway, I'm thinking, good Lord, look at what the devil made. Loaded all, they still camouflage stuff off my arms raw. If you niggas wanna brawl it all, we can do this show. We'll set it off like the Holocaust. Ain't no love being shown tonight. If I die in the gunfight, niggas better hold they swear. Cause I swear to God, I'm about to tear a hole in the motherfucking heart. It's my mentality of a former mercenary. Show no mercy, just retaliate, show but enough heat to give a whole fucking day. Strong, sitting off where murder will waste. I wanna live the game, but it's hard to escape. Fuck you, paint my face black and white on the paper chase. Look at me like my man's take. I make a nigga wanna holler, bitch, dollars in the deposits. Follow me, nigga, Malachi, screaming, yeah. When the shit gon' fry me, my comrades are down to die. All my soldiers march on the battle rock. They say, yeah, rock and block. Then ready to rock. They say, yeah, all my soldiers march on the battle rock. They say, they say,
Desperado, can't help it, I just can't let it ride. Only dead or alive, Desperado. Gun smoke makes me stride. Focus where you lie, Desperado. Can't help it, I just can't let it ride. Only dead or alive. Who the hero, who the giving when I'm screaming down the block? Who wanna try? Why? Fly with your riding on the tip of a rider sliding. Somebody got to die with a frontier. Cruising, but one won't hit. Cause the hood be on. Shoot up. Every time I look around, something going down. But somebody got pumped. Stop, drop. Hold up, point tips, hard to dog. You look at the enemy's barrel. You wish your apparel was camouflage. Boom, yeah. What you gonna do now? Got a cool out. And we wranglers. But if that in the table, rearrange ya. That ain't ya. I hang ya. Get what you wanna play. Help it with a spray. Right there. Cause if you stay, you get paid. In the bogus way. Your real scar, hello. If you follow, that's your choice. And you're gonna feel sorrow. If I follow, you broke in with a day, go tomorrow.
I got a lick for you, trick. What's that? You remember that big up in no park, that mark that you did some business with? Nigga been disrespected, but I heard you getting loot. So what you wanna do? I know a nigga just touched down, but he gotta pay some dues.
Shit, I can't do it, I gotta walk these papers. Plus, parole, gotta look at on hold. I can't be doing no capers, catching no cases. Not just yet, ain't even started on house arrest. Got 90 more days to go before the trick is back on the set.
But dig it, check. I know this bitch that he used to fuck with. Her name was Yvette and I met her in 2215 sitting on the bench. Talking some shit about his tipping, how that nigga a baller. Flexing the Benz with Benz, sporting Pelly and Starter. Man, we all to get with the punk glamour. Matter of fact, he the one that got you locked up. And you know you said that whenever you saw him, you was gonna pop that bro. Nigga, what's up?
fuck it, we gon' holler later. I just got out my dick this hard, I'm going to fucking get some papers. Cause niggas just don't know. Payback is a motherfucker when you fucking with the side and go. Shit, niggas just don't know. Payback is a motherfucker fucking with a shiesty in the middle. Ole, too late, they try to catch up. I'm way away, so we know you say it ain't no pressure. Okay, don't want no smoke, don't try to test us. Now go roll up and blaze and have some fun, it's a fiesta. Not the good stuff, too bad that's y'all lost. You nigga just all talk, man, cause I'm my own boss. I tried to tell them they ain't listen, it ain't mine. I got my pilot license, I'm about to take off. It's about to go down once again, this song with the squad that be smoking on hay. But back in the day, we came with the way to change the game, now they gotta pay. It's a conflict, bitch, I don't know what it is. Still official when the shut shit down again. But proud with the style, top with the crowd, back on the proud. Next time around, I'ma get rich. Been chillin' and coolin', say come in no pressure. Now it's the fiesta, flick nigga forever. Keep up cool and never, you ain't nothing better. Who wanna bring it? I've been waiting for this. So pop, let it rock on your pop, pulling off in the drop to the top. Catch me with a hot flex of real, sippin' on margarita. Pour me a shot, straight to the face, no chase on the rocks. Flick on the stage, now the place gonna rock. Stacking my drink, I ain't chasing no thoughts. But if she wanna fuck, we can freak, why not? Haters gon' hate, cause they want my slot. Looking all fake, too late, cause I'm hot. Wanna kick it, cause they see me on the one-way ticket, headed straight to the top. Ole, too late, they try to catch up. I'm way away, so we know you say it ain't no pressure. Okay, don't want no smoke, don't try to test us. Now go roll up and blaze and have some fun, it's up to you.
DA Smart is the one that's rushing you. All alone I came and crushed your crew. I'm a finger on the trigger that busted you. I'm a killer nigga, that's what I'm accustomed to. Cause I never had a father that could raise DA. All I saw was the cops when they made the raid. Seeing niggas get shot on the grounds of play. It's too late for me now, Robert Taylor raised. And I kill just like the professional. Let your body get found infested with hoes. If you feel that you got bigger testicles, then I'ma leave you living your life as a vegetable. Wanna go for some, then we can throw for some. And I can kill me a nigga here tonight. Either we both or some, but we can go for guns. It don't matter, ain't no rules in the fight. Nigga, you can lose your life. Fucking with the vulture son that overdosed on guns. That nigga know they use tonight. You don't wanna go for none, but still on the run. I got something to prove tonight. Nigga, I ain't promised a monster, what the fuck I care? Any disrespect when I vex, you gon' catch by a tooth to the neck and you out of there. Nigga, this is emergency, so you better start calling the rollers if you ain't heard of me. All I need is a spot in the shop. When you drop, you gon' know they did in another first degree. So you better listen close to the shit that'll tell y'all. But you got to it bad cause the shells fall. Leave the scene clean with shells and all. The type of shit that make a nigga say hell no. Kick it on with no west side, nigga, cause the west side that shit up. Y'all don't wanna kick it on with no south side, nigga, cause the south side that shit up. Y'all don't wanna go to war with no west side, nigga, cause the west side that shit up. Y'all don't wanna go to war with no south side, nigga, cause the south side that shit up.
Shout out to West 11, a breeder seeing the traveler, bitch, what's happening? Niggas finding out the hard way, we can be good for more than just rapping. Test us to show to see if we hoes ain't the way to go, now they know. Must have forgot I was one of the frontliners, dishing to a low to the front. And we gon' keep getting paid, using all the survival techniques the streets and gave. From the time we was coming up to now, but now it's been a blaze for you, your whole crew. We killing the family tree till it trace back down to you. Yeah, Lucius said it, now what you hoes gon' do? You better follow the example of the rest of your species of unplugged thugs and get drugged through the streets of shine, drop off at the same making like Joe guy did. Had a mortician gluing his eyelids moments after. You fuck with these here Chi-Town niggas, get caught in the rapture of a real war. Recognize what we're here for. We ain't playing, and once we go correct, we remaining. Leaving broken hearts and blood stains and taming you hate niggas, so fuck you. Y'all want a war, but no real war.
All niggas down south, all niggas out west. Like this. Taking motherfuckers out, bout for bout, round for round, and pound for pound. Put a face down to the ground, the sound of gunshots brought niggas from miles around. The opposition storm down the clown, breaking the backs of opponents with bats, cause I'm on them like that. Time for the beat down now, no time to slack. Reach in the back, pull out my magnum, time to snap. Off my strap and caught the punk in the back. Holding the sack in my hand, but the nigga still moving, so I give him 2 more to relax. If you can't adapt to the acts of a nigga having idiotic tendencies, then better leave, cause see a nigga like me and get deadly. Leaving hoes to those trying to test their ski, better believe it's real. When you see my grill, better know The triple dog is for show. In the dough, down to do dirt and put in work on any motherfuckers that wanna go. So let me know, and I'ma bring it to you like a real nigga should, and break them off like only a real nigga could. Doing jobs need to be did good, so get your mind when you see me in your hood. Body bags on the pavement, for the punks to be laid in. Shoulda gave in, so cut with a blade in. His head gone, I'ma see what he gon' say then. When he never breathe again, I'll see again. I bet he never fucking with me again. I leave him breathless, cause I'm reckless, so don't test this. So I guess I make a nigga beat again. Shit.
Wipe up, hip down, wipe up, hip down. 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 Custom painted drop, ain't it? Blowing through your block, wangin'. Popped out the system, waving to my homies, cause I'm famous. Known to Mac hoes out them Escalade doors. Your baby daddy still on 20s, bitch, these 24s. It's official how I roll, sort of old school. Cold nose, folks and spenders own votes is living if you don't know. Hoes better recognize it, niggas do too. When I'm fresh about the wash, they say, is it the shoe? So it ain't no stopping, even if a nigga stop and look down, wheels still chopping the ground. Bass shaking, earthquaking that sound. Turn my Alpine up, you know I like my shit loud. When I'm making my rounds, my hammer cocked up in the door handle. You haters don't want no glamour. Look crazy, this 380 make you switch it around. I'm Turtle Banks, west side of Chicago. Wherever I go, hoes follow just to wipe up him down. So come on and wipe up hip down, 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 wipe up hip, wipe up hip, wipe up hip down, wipe up hip down, wipe up hip down, wipe up hip down.
Bringing pain like two bad nurses. And the pain from these here motherfucking verses. Ridiculous thirsts involving hearses. To the dirt shit first, fixing is in autos to work with. Slugs to the shirt shit, just a squirt shit. I'm picking it with an expert kid. From birth to the earth split. It'll hurt, bitch, show you how worse it than worse get in the zone. See the vein when the pain repelling, then the clothes and the curtains, bitch. When adrenaline's pumping, I don't understand discussion. Only hear certain shit. I'm a misunderstood nigga, and I'm off my square. I got me reversing clips and dispersing shit.
What can I say to make you see how the fuck I feel? To make me wanna jump over the edge. I'm charged up as coppers getting shot up on the leg. Don't pain instead of cane, I took a blood off to the head.
So tell me what it said.
Retaliate with lethal repercussion. I feel a Rico rushing and go into things like it's a wicked stick. If the Benadryl, how like I finna steal to get the kicking shit for niggas and bitches that I kick it with. I was born to get you pumped up. It's like some lead bust, cause it give motherfuckers a head rush. And your head's bust when you jumped up. Cause what I say must stick at your geek, my eyes red plus. For smoking shit that niggas hit on and die. Made me wanna slip the clip on the side. And if you act like a bitch on the side, if you have to, then the whole west side and let the shit go on and ride with the trigger bust. Like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make his opposition chest kick up and jump. When you lit up the gun to make your body get up and like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make a trigger click up and dump. So turn the bass kick up and bump and let the rhythm fit up the drum. Like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make his opposition chest kick up and jump. When you lit up the gun to make your body get up and like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make a trigger kick up and dump. So turn the bass kick up and bump and let the rhythm fit off the drum. Pulling up and bailing out like we car sick and ready to start shit. Started burying some hairs like an ostrich and load the whole cartridge and throw the shells in the garbage. The hardest the motherfuckers can never achieve what I've accomplished. Young bucks, my accomplice, located his existence with my sixes like a compass. And selling on the journey to astonish and stop this. Rush up in the hearts of other niggas to get them charged. What's the real reason? All you haters try to murder me, so now it's kill season. And even though I'm still bleeding, I'ma keep coming because I'm still breathing. And y'all can't trace me, I'm burying my victims in the wall like Gacy. Too lyrical, and since a snip of my umbilical, these flows me critical. My music is miracles like I'm biblical. Kill like I'm nutty and a buddy love, but still wouldn't leave a bloody glove. Let's start the truck up, let's beat the fuck up. Get away smoking the blunt up, adrenaline pumping veins, rope I pumped up.
And I'm calibrated at 360 degrees. See, that's 300 niggas that's gon' die about 60 slugs to do this deed. Psychotron. We too much for the industrialists to fuck with this. On the brink of fucking up some shit. Dismantle, deduct some shit. It's hard to imagine what niggas got nerves to do. So I guess I just take that fucking nerve from you, then think what I'm on the verge to do. And I got the urge to let semi close your curtains, fool. From killing the verses, fool, I be one of the worstest, dude. I'm the worstest. Looking about 9 millimeters above your surface. Unleash these things, then I defeat your purpose, bitch.
That's your adrenaline rush. Like when the motherfucker have to come and pick up the pump to make his opposition chest kick up and jump. When you lit up the gun to make your body get up and jump. Like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make a trigger click up and dump. So turn the bass kick up and bump and let the rhythm fit off the drum. Like when the motherfucker have to go and pick up the pump to make his opposition chest kick up and jump. When you lit up the gun to make your body get up and jump. Like when the motherfucker has to go and pick up the pump to make a trigger pick up and dump. So turn the bass, kick up and bump.
Okay, I'ma start rapping right here, Joe. Hey, let us begin. You're the competition and cannot be beat. Let us pretend. Let the letters and words coagulate in this veteran blend. Psychodrama, triple darkness. Oh yes, I said it again. In a steady medical mental state of a what, why, whoever and when. Ever the fuck you ready to step in and accept that you never gon' win. Ever best confess and repent. Competitors don't get up, reckoning deep and shred up. Sever defense, X2 and furthest next. Discover it, let that sink in.
On some other shit, I got these motherfuckers mumbling. They fingers fidgeting and fumbling, pointing and tricking like he was one of them. I came in the building and beat him under it. I kill it, I eat it, you eat none of it. Niggas whacking, I can't even stomach it. Get the puke and get the letting loose and ain't no retribution. Bring that heat like summer shit. Accepting no apology. You probably about to need a policy. Hit him, walk up and steal him like a robbery. Give him the lobotomies, bitch, cause I body these. I'ma be here forever, I'm immortal. Futuristic with it, traveling through portals with portable instrumentals to destroy you before you get cool it, bitch. I'll make you boil that heat.
After a heavy dose of electroconvulsive shock, your patient should be sufficiently subdued. From there, all you have to do is lift the patient's eyelid up high enough, take your ice pick and insert it right above the eyeball, right to the back of the eye socket. Press the pointed tip right against the incredibly weak layer of foam there. A couple taps, and you should break right through.
Your medulla oblongata oozing out your ear, you ain't hearing what I'm saying. Verbally, I murder lyrics, leave them laying, thinking that I'm playing. Better get the brand, better come prepared, ready for the win. Record do them, all they gotta do is damn, and I'm nan. Ain't nobody that can scan. Pull up and to get the air and that's a plan. So sufficient when I rip it, when I kick it, they be loving how I spit it. I don't know why niggas tripping, nigga. I'm the shit, nigga. Can't nobody tell me different. Better keep it distance, bitch, and get the desert eagle. Leave your lip and never be the victim. I am presidential, I am on my business. Ain't no dissing this when I am on the mission.
On a mission to maneuver the masses with the music and pass this message along for the next generation to use when they practice. This is the station that I hear in my head. Two things stick out. One, no rapper wanted, and two, you heard what the fuck that I said. It's holy matrimony with the money. Don't you run up on me, homie. Ain't no come up coming anywhere near the command post of the one and the only. I only been waiting for this moment to give you this heat with me and my homie on it. 90s rappers with new shit on the street.
Stacking paper like I'm Tony. I get money, call me Scony. Fuck the haters and the phonies, cause the rollie on me really why they want me. Pockets fatter with a dope boy belly like I'm eating ravioli. Riding Maserati cause the force is with me like I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you say that you get it, you better show me. I tell them get the fuck back if you didn't know me. And if ever your bitch will be all up on me, I'ma take her to the telly, you never gonna leave her lonely. Now she fucking with a heavy forever, she be my homie. Legendary like I'm Kobe. Smoke her back with why she blow me. Whip the work and call it Toby. Niggas talking yada yada yada. I don't give a fuck, I got a lot of dollars. Breaking down the zipping back of my Apollo. Making all the bitches holla holla holla. I don't give a fuck if you ain't with the team. I got them shotters off of that promethazine. Getting rich is real, not just a dream. I get to the moolah about whatever means. Stacking paper like I'm Goldie. I ain't fucking with the phonies. Just because you see me out don't mean we homies. Don't be acting like you know me. Exotic cars going vroom, 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 vroom. 100 bands on me. If you unique, it only got 2 C's. Room for one bitch only.
Excellent. Juice back in this bitch. Bass got a little kick. Ain't really come to talk to him. I just come to represent. Who you know want all the smoke. Fuck a bar, I got all the soap. I'm busting shit like a cantaloupe. Breaking backs, that's the antidote. I'm blowing up like they thought I would. Look at you, she got all the goods. Shake it up like a dirty dancer with a hoodie on up in my hood. No nigga can't tell me nothing. No singles, I need all hundreds. Boss talk and a roll off. When I step out, you know I'm coming. Ass up with my face down. No nigga, I don't lay down. I be up when the birds chirp. Trying to find a worm coming out the ground. Cold bitch need new money. Bass dumb like 2 dummies. Excellence make them exhale. When we flood the scene, that's a tsunami. They'll never put me on the back burner. Fuck around, be the top earner. Now you mad and you got it bad. We eating steaks, you eating hamburgers. Flying past like a spaceship. You can miss me with that fake shit. I'm already hooked to the game, so I'm coming out hard and you better not say shit.
I got the city popping off already. Club turn, going ham already. Load the dope already. I got body hoes already. Locked and low, sit it up tenfold already. I got the city popping off already. Club turn, going ham already. Load the dope already. I got body hoes already. Locked and low, sit it up tenfold already. Reppin' my city, you know that I got it on lock, nigga. 38 poppin', we got all them blunts with them rocks, nigga. Game is up, we post it up, and pivot in, we get it in. 28 for the 30, get it special like roll call dividends. On my life, and ain't giving up.
Yeah, you better get it together before you feel this. I'm a hot and Beretta. I'm scorching. Easy on the block going. Y'all motherfuckers ain't knowing that I got the city on LOCK, nigga. I got the city popping off already. Club turn going ham already. Blow the dope already. I got party hoes already. Locked and low, city up tenfold already. I got the city popping off already. Club turn going ham already. Blow the dope already. I got party hoes already. Locked and low, city up tenfold already.
Had this bitch bumping, make the city out of something. Couple men when to put it on the street. Had the bitches falling out the class like mine. They be going through a thing, see a nigga like me already. Niggas looking at me strange when they supposed to be. I already done unleashed the beast already. Give it to you, I just want to get it already. Hit you, I don't think you wanna make an issue. Yeah, you gonna know the difference if I be the one to get you, cause the nigga I'ma be the one to get you. Plenty other motherfucker wanna take a test and get myself into the ring with a gorilla. Go hard and get easy.
I got the city popping off already. Club turn going ham already. Blow the dope already. I got party hoes already. Locked and low, city up tenfold.
Never been when I locked the pop, open up 6 more C. We eat 17 the D's and feel better like a holocaust. All the calls, take a tip off the rip off the admin and break a tip off the other man. Don't even bury the man, cause I'ma carry the man. In the land with the zone again, I'm in the zone again. Triple beam is my only friend. Better see become reality. The minutes hard to breathe, the minutes hard to leave. So when you're hard to see, don't even guard your grill. You ain't hard to kill. With this bitch, career for close casket, dress is how I come in the meal. Cause in the real, I can pick off the lick off the real. Click, keep my steel fix. Shit, doing what I wanna do, doing what I gotta do what I wanna do. Nigga, now I can stand on the op like Noah. Count them in 2 till I'm all in force. If you stand and raise, then you demand a check. So watch the man to pack, see if they all the tag. Catch a T in the lead, to the B. Another enemy's representing me. A vision of a killer spree. Body left on the Kennedy E. What would he say? AK, carry AK, straight to the midday. 29WM, y'all. If all fall, opportunity call for a killer, kill 'em all. Come and see what you never saw in the wrong. I close eye, the middle with the index. Shoot 'em up with 2 tags. Don't give a fuck who flicks. Now ass too little when I ask these new kids. Flip this bitch, get rich, close back, these tracks is how I come on the meal. You just dead run, I'm headstrong in the red zone. Flip this bitch, get rich, close back, these tracks is how I come on the meal. You just dead run, I'm headstrong in the red zone.
It's so serious. Man, GLC. Crucial conflict. We so scandalous. You know what I'm talking about? Chicago, we ain't dead. We right here.
Baby, I'm trying to shine. Not try so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. Not try so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time.
I swear to God, I done tried to rise. Sick of eating mouth sauce and fries. Had to pay my lawyer fee. To the streets, I pay my tithes. My loyalty be my demise. That's what was said about one of my guys like Stevie Williams on my grind. Breaking bread like it's lunchtime. Try to make 100 stacks out of these little ones and fives. Running packs like a running back to keep a jacket up on my back. The shacky cold, look at the map. Man, I had to recognize this hater shit don't coincide. Bumping heads with me and wise. Even though I come in peace. Yes, my G been exercised. I will not let the bullshit ride. You niggas will respect my grind. In the cut, foot on the clutch. Smoke enough, I'm so corrupt. Gangsta drink up in my cup. Make your chest just open up. Got the weight and broke it up. I caught the case cause I spoke it up. Watch your mouth and keep it shut. The flip game, I soaked it up. Honor me, honor both of us. GLC gon' flip the string. Caddy brown like life a dream. Jesus cream like a coconut. Like
Baby, I'm trying to shine. Not try so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine.
GLC and Cole Hall. What y'all know about that?
Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. Not try so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. Not try so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time.
To all the moms, I propose a toast. My mama live, I seen the ghost. Cousin King with the custom coat. To get the yoke, had to stay on post. Fuck Popo, just pay them hoes. They love the way I rap to go. That's what the shy respect me for. Like BP here, about family code. On my skrilla 724. I am the nigga in this, I know. That Remy Henny just ain't no hoe. I'm trying to raise my ratio. Never hit it time before. I got locked up and then I fold. But a hater did, God bless his soul. I am the shit, I know I'm cold. I am the vision.
vision. I am the hope from their decisions. Selling O's to television, driving slow. My intuition ain't got me flicking. Shit that happened ain't got me jabbing. Pistol packing ain't got me snapping. Yes, I said that boy be snapping with a good shawty up in the apple. In the lane, I bend it backwards. I talk the talk.
DJ George the Jammer.
Then die, be a bastard. See my life like motion capture. Yes, I seen my life was flashing. So I started to write with passion. Then I bought a Riley Classic. Now all the hustlers driving glasses.
Baby, I'm trying to shine. I done tried so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. I done tried so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. I done tried so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time. Baby, I'm trying to shine. I done tried so many times. Just survive and get a piece of mind. Man, I guess it's just worth my time.
Baby looking rather nice, been shaking that ass all night. Like a paradise to my cup paradise. Oh, she just a parasite wearing tight jeans and belly shirts, but behind closed curtains.
Gotta play this Quelo and then we're gonna go back to the show.
I must find out for certain, so I commenced to flirting. Half a pint of earth and jerking, she was lurking and jerking. Dirty visions of 30 positions infiltrate my mind sight. Lifting up a skirt to get the feel for what the hind's like. Found it, nice and round and enticing. Conversating at the bar, I found myself igniting. Physical excitement, ecstasy inviting, but if only for one night, then we can make that night tonight. And now divide them thighs, get your legs spread wide. You know the routine, honey, it's time to get live. If your man's by your side, we can creep on the slide. We can hop into your ride, we can ride all night. Take them panties off, don't put them back on, cause we can get it on like all night. Just take them panties off, don't you put them back on. I'm on the hill, I'm on the hill, all night long. Don't just take them panties off, don't put them back on.
I used to play this song in my dorm days with the white girls in the dorm. Oh, I can tell the stories about Columbia dorm.
Brothers is pimps, and so they claim, and they games trump tight. But these same chumps fight over sneaky dames day and night while they paying for affection. Car notes, hairdos, and cribs. I'm all up in her ribs, in the room next to the kids. Her lips is on my lid, 5 minutes till he get home. He walk inside the room and his mind got numb. Instead of reaching for that gat that may cost you your life, let's conduct this menage a trois and both get satisfied. Let me flip a ride on over, move all inside. You know the routine, homie, it's time to get live. And if your strap's by your side, no need to let it fire, cause I can see it in her eyes that she ready to ride.
Take them panties off and put them back on. No, take them panties off. Don't put them back on. That's what it is. Oh, I wanted to hear the rest of the song. Yeah, I love Quelo, man. I love Quelo, man. Like, if y'all don't know who Quelo Heem is one of Chicago West Side. I say newer groups because they came after us, but they still old. You know what I mean? They legends here. You know what I mean? And it was was it Lump? No, not Lumber. It was damn. Help me out, man. I'm senile. Give me I know there was the Quelo members. Right, Shala, Priest, right, Priest, and Chicago Sean, yeah, Link, Master Link, that's what it is, Master Link. Okay, wait, you here? Are we gonna interview him from the DJ booth, or are we gonna bring him down to the couch? I don't know. Which one you want? You want to be on the couch, or you want to be in the booth? Hey, give him the mic. Give him one of the mics. Pat, grab the other one and we can go.
Yes.
Okay. All right. There we go. So that way we feel like we social distancing in this smile.
Right. Okay. All right.
Okay. So again, welcome again to Kingdom's Corner. So far, we've been chilling with my brother Pat here. Pat, how you? Where
Yes,
Pat
sir.
at,
We in the building.
Yeah, Pat's here, and there's my brother, and then we got the man George the Jammer behind the turntable.
What's up?
we also got the Abbott in the building, you know what I'm saying, in the background with the Abbottisms and shit. You dig? So, George.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. We can start anywhere, but let's go back. How long you been DJing, bro?
Wow. Let me see. I want to say I started DJing. Just gonna give my age, but I think I started around 85. Well, no, I take that back farther than that because I was DJing for Raw Material, Deaf Intelligence.
Okay, see.
Right. So, we're gonna say. I want to say about 82, 83.
Damn.
82,
you might have to
83.
get your age because I feel like
Wow.
you might be older than me in this game.
I'm older than you, my brother, because I heard you say your age, and I got you by a couple of years.
You heard me say my age today?
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
remember
did.
that. Damn. Uh-oh.
So-
Should I pause, brother? Should I pause? Okay.
You said it.
Okay, it's all good. Okay, it's all good. All right, so 82 with Raw Material.
Yeah, like 82, 83-ish, yeah, like that. Let me see, yeah. That's when we was just getting, because So I want to say, about, late 80s.
Okay.
Late 80s.
All right, you gonna have to give it to me.
Even look, okay, this is how it go. Okay. I was in the group Raw Material Deaf Intelligence. I want to say maybe I might be a little bit off, but I want to say it's probably, I know it's late 80s.
Okay.
Late 80s. Because when did Twister come out? His first.
The
first.
tongue
The
twister
tongue
shit
twister.
was 91-ish, right?
Okay, so we was before Twister because our manager, which was Eric the Wiz,
Okay. Shout out
we
to
was
Eric
doing
the Wiz.
shows when Twister was in the talent show. That's how Twister. We was with Twister. We all had the same. We was all under the same management company. Raw Material Deaf Intelligence was under the same management company under Eric. Under Eric the Wiz. So we was actually the headliners in Garfield Park. Twister was in the talent show, and Twister won the talent show, and our management picked Twister up before Mr. Tongue Twister came out.
You talking
Mr.
about Eric the Wiz?
That's right, Eric the
Okay,
Wiz.
so you talking about that AT&T contest that went from like neighborhood to
Yes,
neighborhood?
yes. And we was
and
on the
Twister
headline.
won the one from Jackson
Garfield
Park.
Garfield Park.
No, he won the Jackson Park, which got him to the Garfield
Okay,
Park.
we got it. Okay,
Right.
right. But we was the group that was just on the show. We was the headliner, so we was already out with the album.
Are y'all on that video?
On the Tongue Twister, Mr. Tongue Twister
No,
video?
the video that came from that contest. It was a video with a bunch of groups and Twister and Creator and.
You know, I'm not sure, but I have seen
I'm gonna
pictures.
check and see if I can.
I have seen pictures with shows that we have done that I saw pictures, not video footage. I have saw pictures, and I saw pictures with Rappin' Tate the Great. That's why when I saw that, I'm like, wow, Rappin' Tate the Great. So we was doing shows and on the South Side. We was doing what's that? What park is that? Washington Park. We
Right.
did Washington Park.
Fuller Park.
Right. And we was actually the first rap group to get major play on WGCI with Ramonski Love and Disco Dave. Disco Dave.
Support.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you know it.
So I got some history.
Rest in
this
peace
game.
to our brother
That's
Disco
right.
Dave.
That's
Y'all
right.
try
Rest
to
in
act
peace.
like he wasn't hip hop, but he
That's
was
right.
hip hop.
He was hip-hop.
Absolutely.
That's right.
He is the Chicago legend.
That's right.
Him, Disco Dave, Tornado.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I got some history in this
Pink
Chicago.
House. We gotta give out
Pink House.
of
You
course.
get Pink House.
Can't forget Pink House.
KKC.
Yes, sir.
I mean, we did WNUR. Wow. We did a lot of stations. You know what I'm saying? WNUR with my man Jammin' Jack
Who all were
Stalin?
the members of Raw Material? You got like I know, but you got to say it for the people
Okay,
that don't know.
the members of Raw Material was Don Sabatimp, aka Point Blank Sap Supreme, Crime, which is Kawan Williams. Then you got MC Real, Thurman Reed. Then you had Cephas Collins, which was Chili. He was the motivator. Wow. I want to say we had Rashida B, which was Cavalier, a.k.a. Mr. Twister, wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
She was
Rashida
a
B.
member. D-Max was a member. K. Roski was a member. we had a big camp. We had a big camp.
Now
man.
all these people was in Raw Material.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
thought Raw Material was just 3 people because
No, we broke it down to 3 people, but I can show you pictures. It was like 8 of us.
Yeah.
We had a big clique back then, but then we broke it down. It was Raw Material, Deaf Intelligence. Deaf Intelligence was Crime, and Raw Material was me, Point Blank Sap Supreme, and MC Real. That was it. All the other ones drifted off after a while.
So wait, like again, there's a connection that comes in here because when you say K-Rhyme, like I remember Crime. Like I don't know where I know Crime from before, but I was like going to
I'm gonna give you the history on Crime.
to like the Terror Dome. We used to have these citywide hip hop meetings at the Terror Dome, and I know Crime was one of the West Siders that used to come to the meetings with the other West Siders. That's when I first met Rhyme.
Okay.
And we used to joke about Crime and call him Can't Rhyme.
Okay.
Like that was the whole joke. Like it was because he spelled it with a K.
Right.
And it was rhyme.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we was
Crime.
like Can't Rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it was funny. It was the inside joke. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
So that's my brother Crime. I love you, bro. Peace to you, man.
Yeah. What up, Crime?
Okay, now give me the history.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to move through this a little faster for you. So, okay, like I said, we had Twister. He was on the talent show. Our manager was Eric DeWiz. Twister won the talent show, and Eric scooped him up and started managing Twister with us.
And changed his name to Twister. Because again, his name was Cavalier prior to that.
Right. So we actually all went on a promotional tour, which was Raw Material, Twister, and Black AG and Quicksilver Cooley.
Rest in peace to them two
Yes,
legends.
sir.
Rest
Yes,
in peace
sir.
to
Yes,
Brother
yes.
Cooley and Brother
Black AG. Yes, sir.
Black
Rest
AG.
in
Both
peace.
of them we lost last year.
Yep.
Black AG.
Yes, Black AG. Yes, sir. And that's crazy that I was just with Cooley in Vegas before, you know what I'm saying? He was out in Vegas and I went out there and I hooked up with Cooley, and then after I came back and he came back, wow, then my man gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And like prior to that, like I mean, he comes back for the Shot Rock events every year that we have with the Shot Rock Nation.
Right.
But he invited me and my crew Ill State out to Minnesota and treated us like we were stars, put us up in the studio and put us on stage as the headliners and had a bar tab for us and everything.
Yeah,
You
see,
know what
me
I
and
mean?
Cooley, we stayed in touch with each other because you know what I'm saying, he was always send me his son music. Like, hey, put my son Lil Coolio.
Cooley Cash.
Yeah, Cooley Cash. Put my put my son music in your mixtapes.
Yes, sir.
So I was, putting his son music in the mixtapes. So all right, so basically after that, I want to say after Raw Material broke up, and well, I won't say broke up. We just got older and stuff, and I was still into it. You know, me and Crime, we still stayed into it. And I want to say like about 96, 97, before Twister and the Crucial Conflict dropped their albums like Adrenaline Rush and Hey and all that stuff. I came up with the idea because we was at in the padded room, which was where everybody would call Quelo, Twister, Drama Ward, everybody who rapped. I'm talking about anybody from Chicago rap that came through the padded room. So we was all in the padded room, and I'm listening to all of these guys, all this music, and I'm like, wow, we got some good music coming up out of here. And at that time it was Biggie and Tupac was on top. You know what I'm saying? Biggie and Tupac. If you go to the Fleet Markets or the mix, or if everybody's bumping in their car, the Biggie and the Tupac mixes, about all the different mixes the DJs was doing. Everybody was doing Biggie, Tupac mixes or East Coast, West Coast mixes. So about I'm gonna say late '96, early '97. That's when I came up with Shot Banging, because I was in the studio with everybody, Twister, everybody. That's how I got so many exclusives, unreleased tracks.
For sure. Now, is this a Shot Banging radio or is this a Shot Banging mixtapes?
Now, this is Shot Banging mixtapes, because I
Okay.
started anything that Shot Banging is mine. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you here, bro.
Right. So that's when I started the mix series back in, like I said, '96, '97. It didn't pop off until September of '97. That's when the album covers came out, and the artwork, and I got everybody on. We started doing the mixtapes. Right. So by everybody participating on the mixtapes, and that's how me and Crime, we stayed linked. And Crime, it was his studio that everybody was going to, which was the padded room. And he was like, George, man, take this music, listen to it. So I'm vibing at home. I'm listening to all this Chicago music, but we got, like I said, Tupac and Biggie was the top thing in that era, '96. You know what I'm saying? Like '96, '97, that's all you heard was Tupac mixing. So I'm like, okay, well, let me listen to it. So I listened to it, and I had one CD player and one tape deck with a pitch control on it. And I took that tape deck and I blended with that CD player, and it was all history with the Shot Banging. That's how I started making the Shot Banging mixtapes.
You hear that? Ingenuity. That's the essence of hip hop. You take what you got.
Yes, sir.
You use what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
To make what you get.
I had a tape deck with a blender with a pitch control on a tape deck.
Right.
And one CD player.
And made some legendary shit and didn't even know it was gonna be legendary. Just made some shit because
didn't even know
the need was there for it.
Yes.
And it becomes legendary when you do shit like that. When it just like we need. Like when I started the Gargoyle, it was like we needed a spot for hip hop people that couldn't get into clubs to perform.
Exactly.
And so that's where the need for the Gargoyle came up. Like I could get into a club because of the way I kind of carried myself and the way I dressed at the time.
Right.
But that didn't mean that the rest of the crew could get in that was a little younger than me.
Right.
We're going to have to go back to this age thing because now you done told me you older than me. And
so now you was coming to my parties in the basement, so I had to be a little older.
Hey, I was throwing parties at the Gargoyle at 17, so you know what I'm saying? I thought I was special when I was throwing parties at the Gargoyle at 17.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you mentioned the party. I'm going to tell y'all a story. One day, okay. I don't know. How is K-Rock in your crew? How do you know K-Rock? K-Rock Ski.
K-Rock Ski, we met K-Rock Ski. How did we met K-Rock Ski? Because I know she used to Wiz. You remember this rapper named Wiz that used to be down with her?
Somebody will probably remind me later.
I'm trying to see
y'all
how,
loud, bro?
How K-Rock Ski? How? Man, that's a hard one. I can't even picture how was she in our crew.
What high school did you go to?
Well, I went to Steinmetz.
Steinmetz? That's unique.
I went to Steinmetz.
The Streaks.
I'm the Streaks, baby. Yes. Yes, I went to Steinmetz.
Wow.
You know, but I also took Kim K-Rock Ski on prom.
At Dunbar?
Yes, sir. Whatever school she was in, I was her prom date. If you ever see her prom pictures and you see the guy standing next to her in the white suit, that was me. The black Puerto Rican, which they called me. They thought I was Puerto Rican.
Oh, wow. Like K-Rock, me and K-Rock went to school together. I think K-Rock was a year younger than me, though, nigga.
Yeah, but I went on prom with her. You know what? Because her and her boyfriend broke up, and and like I said, our clique was cool, so she asked me to take her to prom. Cause she wanted to go to prom, and they paid for everything, and I went. And
He's
it was,
so
I
sexy.
mean, but you know what? That's all it was. It was just a prom. We kicked it, and that was it.
He's so sexy.
Cause she was a part of the crew. Kim, Kim was like one of the guys. Like, what's up?
Man,
So,
Kim was fine.
I know she was fine, but she was like one of the guys.
I mean, Kim is fine. I ain't gonna say she was. I love me some Kim.
Yes.
Yeah, I love me some Kim.
So,
She went
yeah.
to Dunbar with me. That's what I know
Okay.
her from. And
Well, then
I
I went to
wanted her
Dunbar
in my
prom.
crew. I wanted her in my crew at the time. And so that's where the connection came from us. And so she would invite me to parties that y'all would have on the west side, and I would invite her to parties that we would have at the Gargoyle. Or
Right.
I would consider her important in the planning of the party. Me and my brother Daryl, Artistic. I don't know if you know
Okay.
Artistic from Chirac.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Artistic and me went to Dunbar, and we used to collect numbers of every hip hop person that we ran into and collected them in a database. Like,
Right.
this was before the people even had Excel programs or whatever. This
Right.
was just like the simple card catalog with numbers and names and what skill people had in hip hop and where they lived at and all this type of
Right.
shit. And we kept that. So whenever we have a hip hop party, we would directly call them. Hey, it's a hip hop party on Saturday at so and so crib.
Right.
And this one particular night, they told us about this crib that was on Iowa.
Yes, sir.
Like right off of Central, or was it Central Park?
Central.
Again, we coming from Ida B. Wells, and so we caught the green line on 39th and State Street. No, it ain't even State Street. It's really 40th
In
in
Indiana.
Indiana. We caught the train on 40th in Indiana, and the train back then, the green line went. I guess it still do the same thing now. I guess it go all the way to the west side now. Okay. Okay, so I ain't been on the train in such a long time. Okay, so the train take us to Lake, and it take us to Lake and Central, and we walk from Lake and Central to Iowa.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how many blocks that is, but we walked all the way from the train there. It's probably 4 of us in this little group, 4 or 5 of us in this group at this time. And I was kind of geared up and shit that night. You know what I'm saying? I had a fresh cut. My man T.Y. High used to cut my hair, and I had a step up. I had a pump, and in the middle of the pump, I had my name Kingdom cut in the middle of my head, and then a step down, and it was in gold, and honey blonde. The name Kingdom in my head was
Yes,
in honey
sir.
blonde.
You fancy, huh?
In the back of my head, I think at the time I might have had either, like I used to change up every week because the T.Y. High was my scoop lover at the time. He was my dancer and my barber. And so he was cutting my shit every week. And so at this time, I don't know if it was either the Batmobile cutting my head or the bat signal. Like I had him cut the Batmobile in my head with the bat signal in the sky. And he was coming to get the bat. And the bat signal was in the sky. Like the movie was coming out, and I was out there like a young ass billboard because I had a DJ that cut hair, and he was cold as hell, and I could do that shit. Like
Right.
my hair ain't never the same. Every week I got a different haircut. Fuck y'all. I don't care if it's corny or whatever. I got a different haircut, and you got the same shit you had last week. So that's the way I used to. I don't care what the movie was. If I was feeling it, it was cutting my hair like it was a damn billboard. That was just the shit I was on. So this particular night, we walking down from, like I said, how many blocks is that, George? From Lake Street to Iowa on Central.
Let me see. Probably about 10.
So that's damn near a mile and a
10,
half.
but yeah.
I mean, damn near a mile and 2/4.
Yep.
I mean, a mile and a quarter. Okay. That's just the Central. And then the house,
2 blocks down.
The house was 2 blocks down.
Yep.
We walked 1 block in the middle of the street. Me and my cousin, we cracking jokes on each other. And I said something about I got changed for something, cracking a joke about my cousin. And across the street, we hear a nigga say, "Hey, Joe, we got change." We was like, "No, Joe, we was just tripping." And we kept walking. And you know how you walk, you keep walking, and you hear motherfuckers run up behind you, and you split. And so the crowd split to let the niggas run between us. And when the first nigga ran, he ran, and then the second nigga ran, and I looked back to make sure that he was by himself. And when I turned my head back around, the gun was in my face.
Yes, sir. True story.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was just weird as fuck. And he was like, dude. And the dude, I had on a fucking, like I said, my haircut was fresh as fuck. And I had on a gold chain with my name on it that said Kingdom. And I had on this brand new red, white, and blue high roller jacket, 8-ball jacket. When they no, it was the high roller jacket. It wasn't the 8-ball jacket. It was the high roller jacket with the cards on the back with the king. Because I was the Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? And my jacket was red, white, and blue. It was pretty to the motherfuckers, bro. And I thought, I don't know about Jiggy or none of that shit. I don't know about swag or none of that shit back then, but I knew I was fresh as fuck. You did? Man. And them niggas put the gun on me. Niggas. And the gun, they kept the gun on me in my face, and I was like, bro, this gotta be a joke. Like Ashton Kutcher wasn't out then, you dig? And so I was like, this gotta be some kind of prank. Like, this gotta be a joke, because I'm like, the house is right there. The house that I'm going to is right there. Like, I'm like a half a block away from, I mean, it's a long ass block, but they house is in the middle of the block. And I'm like, if I can get to the house, we straight, or y'all know the niggas in the house, we gotta be cool. Like, and the niggas was like, this ain't no joke, shorty. And I was like, this gotta be a joke. And they was like, unasked the shit. And my crew, they ain't had shit. They ain't had shit on them. They didn't have no loot. I might have paid for niggas bus fare that night. All that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And so they was like, give him the jacket, Kingdom. Give him the jacket. And I was like, man. And so regrettably, I'm pulling off my jacket with both hands like this. And the niggas see the gold chain. And while my arms is dropping to let the coat down, this nigga snatches the chain off my neck. He just snatched the chain. I was like, ah! I was like, this shit is not real. This can't be real.
Yes, sir.
This shit can't be real.
Love and hip hop.
But I kind of left it out because, like, while he was talking, and I was like, this shit ain't real, the nigga had pulled the trigger. And you heard the click, but the gun didn't go off. And so that's when niggas was like, Kingdom, give me your shit. And that's when the nigga snatched my chain. And I was mad at the motherfucker, bro. And at the end of the shit, that nigga hollered out GD. And I was like, BOS, nigga, fuck you. Like, I'm GD too. And that nigga, that shit, it was like, that was the last thought on his mind was the gang that we was affiliated with. Like, that nigga was not bringing my shit back at all. And it wasn't a joke. And my crew just stood there while I got robbed and shit. And I was like, it was only one nigga with a gun. We didn't know if he had his other dude had a gun. Right. Nigga, you told that nigga you didn't have no gun, your money, and he said, okay.
And it was cold as shit that night, too.
Yeah, my leather jacket. And
And
so
so
I finally
I
go
finally
into the
go
party,
into the party, and I just kick it like it was just hip hop. Like, fuck it.
I'm here now.
I'm here now.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
George's
basement.
That's
the moral of the whole story. That I went to the hip hop party and was in George's basement
at this hip hop party. And today on this day
in 2021,
we are
still here talking about hip hop and shit in Chicago,
and some of the
motherfuckers that we put on and made happy, and
life
is great for them, and life is great for them. You know what I'm saying?
But it was at George's party. I got robbed. Knock on wood
for the first time last time.
True story.
Like I learned a lesson that night about getting robbed too. Like I ain't been a flashy nigga with gold since.
Hey.
Like real talk. I ain't had a gold chain with my name on it since, you know what I'm saying? But
the lessons hip hop teaches.
I done bought her some leather jackets and shit. They might not have been all that flashy, but I done still bought some leathers and some furs and shit. But I ain't bought the high roller jacket with the big patches and shit on them no more. Like you learn little lessons in life about how to circumvent through shy and shit on the bus. Now, who all was in them parties, George? Because that's like people don't really know that connection between what K-Rock created by bringing people like us and Dunbar, then my Shy-Rock connection, her Raw Material connection, and what birthed from those connections. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the part about Chicago hip hop that I think people don't see how connected we really be. You know
right,
what I mean?
and just like you were saying, you know how you guys was taking down the names and the phone numbers. You know, that's how we was doing too. And I mean, we used to have everybody from Sundance used to come kick it with us. Fast Eddie, you know, believe me, when I tell you that them parties was off the chain, that I used to have lines to get from my back door all the way around to the front.
We used to
of
kick
the
it in
building.
the basement.
Oh yeah. I had a huge basement.
Yeah, we used to
huge basement. And man, we just throw the parties and they had the hip hop parties in there. But we weren't rocking the Chicago music at that time, but we was hip hoppers. You know what I'm saying? We was rocking the New York stuff then.
Yeah, we was rocking New York stuff, but it was always an opportunity for Chicago niggas to rap.
Come on and rap. Yes,
so
sir.
That made
yes,
it
sir.
more. It was more about that than the shit that we was dancing to or whatever.
Right.
Shit, you know what I mean? Like, I remember Korna's in your basement, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. I was having a moment and flashbacks and shit, but I actually thought that me and Sundance went together from your party at one point. And then when I finally talked to her, she didn't remember who the fuck I was, and I was like, "You don't remember me? I thought we went together. I thought we was boyfriend and girlfriend for a moment. Like that was one of my goals, was to have a female rapper as a girlfriend. Back then, G, that was sexy as hell to me, to have a female that could spit bars. So K-Rock had her man and shit, and there was Sundance at the party and shit, and I think she had a man too, but he wasn't around all the time, and I thought I had moved in or had the special dance and shit. You know, when you're shorty, you think you had that dance with the chick and
yeah.
Shit
Well, Sundance was actually trying to date my neighbor was trying to date Sundance. I remember that. My neighbor was trying to date Sundance. So I think they kind of kicked it off. My neighbor across the street, he used to, one of them quiet dudes. He didn't really come to the parties, but he, come on.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, cause I'm on TV and shit. Nigga, I'm gonna tell the truth. I love me some Sundance. Nigga, I thought she was. Then she did then she went hip house, and I was like, I can't have her. Like for real, like she good, she hip housing now.
Let your heart off the hook.
Yeah, for real, cause it was like I said, that we was so adamant about house music was mouse music, cause every time we sent out a demo to New York, we wasn't thinking that they were just hating on rappers coming from a different city. We thought the way they phrased it, that they was hating on Chicago niggas rapping. They said all we was supposed to be doing is making house music. And we thought that, no, motherfucker, all us ain't about house music, because house music had this connotations of what it meant towards black men at the time, and most of us wasn't. We wanted to be hardcore for sure, you know what I mean? And so house was the opposite, you know what I'm saying? And so it was like we wasn't I mean, we could listen to house, but like it wasn't the message in the projects at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was either hip hop or beat that bitch with a bat. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
And I wasn't with beating a bitch with a bat. So you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't paying no attention to the actual disco music that people was.
And then when I listened to the disco music, I saw some of the other behaviors that I didn't want to be associated with, and so I kept it hardcore with my Pumas and my Adidas and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pat is hip hop's house.
Oh well,
no.
I just wanted to hear you argumentative, bro. Get that quiet.
Well, you know what it was about.
George.
Man, going on. But as far as that topic, I don't think. It's the fact that when you got them certain Vogue type tracks like them Fast Eddies and this and that, and that's totally different from disco. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what you're saying as far as the first wave of house that was getting played on rap that was getting played on GCI. They weren't going to the gutter first. It wasn't HBK. So you know Tyree Cooper, the producer. You know what I'm saying?
Hip house was special.
It was kind of under that vein. The first couple of cuts that you heard. So I understand why there's a pushback, and you want to go, you throw out the baby with the bathwater. Because I think it was the Madonna type stuff that was actually super duper homo. I mean, questionable. There we go. Flimsy. But I mean that's the whole. But yeah,
it was the mixture and the blend. So yeah.
But the Queens ran that.
But
shit.
so again, the Queens
ran that shit.
and now they run it still.
Yeah, they said
right. Yeah, there's a lane for everything.
So I thought K-Rock broke. Not K-Rock. Sundance broke my heart. Let me know that she didn't remember me, so I can admit that. But so y'all crew, Raw Material, like Kirk is my man, and I was really trying to reach out to Kirk. Like I ain't heard Kirk rhyme in forever, but Kirk had a special flow, man, that I still miss to this day. Just the energy that he came with when he vibed. It's like almost Khalif. Like Khalif, I don't give a fuck if Khalif just beat on his chest and shit and snap his fingers, and he ain't gotta say shit. I know what he thinking. Like I just love that shit. Like he ain't gotta do nothing else but and clap and beat his chest and I get all emotional and all the memories of every time I ever seen that nigga rap come back, and that's the same way I feel about Kirk. You know what I mean?
And now I can tell you. So after Kurt broke off from Raw Material, that's when him and K. Roski got together with, let me see, who was the other members? Because they was actually almost gonna get a deal with PE because they was hanging out with Public Enemy at the time. You remember that, don't you?
Right.
When they actually took them to New York, they flew to New York to get that deal, and I think Kurt messed the deal up for them, from what I heard. But they was. Yeah, so that's how K-Rock got into the thing because Kurt and K-Rock, they broke off and did their own thing.
Okay.
And formed their own thing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, it all makes sense.
Kurt Crosby.
That's my brother, man.
Yes, sir. My next door neighbor.
You know what? You say since you were a couple of years. You said you got off and started with a crew about 82, 83, correct? Mm-hmm. You know? So I want to know, when did you first start DJing, period?
I started actually DJing 85. I was rapping back in 82, 83-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause Steinmetz, we used to do the break dancing in front of the schools and the rapping and stuff in front of the schools. They still do that? Wow.
One of my boys is a teacher over there, and he's the one that does all these.
That was serious back then. Steinmetz was known for that, man. They bring the linoleum out, that stuff out there.
Right.
Shout out to Rope There Nation.
Man, and they was doing that. So I started DJing in 85. I started DJing with a couple of guys that I was in high school with. We was in high school DJing. When we went to our high school dance, and we saw these guys DJing on the turntables, and hey, we was like, wow, we want to learn this, So one of my buddies, he bought a set of 12s. His parents bought him a set of 12s, and we used to go over his house on the west side. And I remember the guy's name was Albert Jennings. It was me, Albert Jennings, and Tracy Morgan or something, Tracy like that. We used to just practice in his front living room. He had a set of 12 set up on the dining room table. And that was in 85. That was in 85. And I bought my first set of 12s in 86.
Okay.
Right. So, yeah, that's how far I go back with DJing.
Okay, there it is. And when you come out of Steinmetz?
I came out of Steinmetz in 85.
Okay, got it.
Yep. Came out of Steinmetz in 85.
Damn, you old.
Yes, sir.
No, that don't make you super old. It's just
Right.
It is a difference. Like I graduated in 88, and the 2 years that I have over people that graduated in 90 is tremendous compared to the difference between 88 and 84? 85. That's a
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those schools was packed with brothers. Prosser, all
Yes,
those Northwest side schools. You didn't go to Marshall and all that. You started heading north. Prosser, Steinmetz, Foreman.
Yes, sir. That was our rival there.
Right, Lane Tech.
Well, not back in that. You had to be real smart to get Lane
about
Tech.
to say.
Back then, they weren't accepting us. Yeah, you got to test in to get Lane Tech back then, man.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't let me go. I got approved to. I tested in and passed, but they wouldn't let me go all the way to fucking Western.
Yeah, the
Like
Northwest
I would probably be a
side
whole
brothers.
different person. Like I would probably be playing football if I was like nothing else. I couldn't have thought of nothing else.
You'd have probably been a b-boy because Trickster was over there in 19 too. Remember that?
Yeah, but I was a baby GD. You know, like in '84 I became GD. Like I don't know how I would have made it this time. I mean, at Lane Tech.
Like the mountain on top of the hill. You ever go to Steinmetz? It's like
shit. Lane Tech was scary as hell too.
Lane Tech is big. Lane Tech is bigger than Steinmetz.
But Steinmetz is big too.
Yeah, Steinmetz is big. It's like out of the blue. Lane Tech, you see it coming. But Steinmetz, you go around
Once
the
you hit
corner,
that fight
and all of a sudden,
it's like, damn.
Right.
Like damn near military college Lane Tech looked like back in the day.
I actually chose Steinmetz over Austin because you know what? I mean, I could have went to Schurz, Prosser.
That's another one, Schurz.
Yeah, I could have went to any one of them schools.
What's that take?
I ain't gonna say Lane Tech because I don't remember, but I just remember that you had to do something to get in Lane Tech.
Yeah,
so I wasn't even trying. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go with my boys going. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with somebody that I know. You know?
Yeah, I got ready to go to Near North. Fuck around, like just because I wanted to be with my boys. Didn't know that Near North was like in the middle of fucking Cabrini Green.
Oh yeah.
And then I went, but they had me convinced. Like the building was a beautiful building, and they had programs at the school that was kind of interesting at the time. Like they was the first school I know that had horticulture. Like what a nigga would do with horticulture now. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like if I had really went and got into horticulture, geology, all that, like they had real science shit and labs and shit at fucking Near North.
Yeah.
You'd already have a farm right now.
Right. I would have a fucking farm right now.
And I know what you'd be growing right now.
Right, from all the shit I just waste. Like sticks and seeds and stems and you know what I'm saying? Put this one over there, put this one over there, make that one and that and yeah, I'd have done all that shit.
Crossbreeding.
You'll be Menards in this motherfucker.
For sure. But for now, I'm Kingdom Rock, the collector of old hip hop history and knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And so what you been working on recently, George?
Well, I've just been messing around making tracks for these for the younger generation. You know, I've been just dibbling and dabbling in tracks and stuff like that. And I'm still DJing in and out of the club, but you know, I guess hopefully it's picking back up because I just actually did a party last weekend. So I mean, that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Self-employed. I'm working for myself.
So what was the chick, Lady Dime Piece, Miss Dime Piece? What was she
okay,
about?
I produced a song for it, and I got more tracks for her. But you know, like I said, she's just I can say like her mother is a close friend of mine.
Right.
And you know, she told me that her daughter was
fighting the case
right,
and try to
rapping and
keep
stuff.
her name.
Yeah. So you know, so I just let me get into my studio and start making some beats. So I sent a couple of tracks to her, and that's about it, you know. So, I mean, whether she done them or not, I can't say yet, but she got the tracks. And I also sent some tracks to Buck and, you know, a few other people.
Time I got robbed, but I never said it was going to
George the Jammer house.
I never said it was going to George the Jammer's house. You know what I'm saying? And for me to have survived that night and still be here to tell that story and laugh about it. Yeah, cause nobody like just to wind up that story. Like the police finally, like I was in the party, and like I said, I was in one of the corners, and somebody was like, "Kingdom, the police want you." I was like, "The police want me," and so I go back outside, and the police is outside, and they say, "Mr. Sanders, we think we caught the individuals that might have stuck you up." And they was like, "Is this your jacket?" And I looked at the jacket, and it was my jacket. It had I had some buttons on it that said "End Racism," and maybe a fucking Harold Washington button that they had took off the jacket, but the holes was still there inside the leather jacket. Like the holes was still there, and I was like, "Where the gold chain?" Like they was like, "We didn't get that back." And they was like, "We found the gun on him." It was a 6-shooter revolver, had 5 bullets in it. And I mentioned to y'all that that they had shot and nothing came out, and then like I'm almost crying now thinking about that shit, cause like me, that argument about nigga this shit can't be for real lasted maybe 45 seconds, but that shit felt like forever. And when the gun clicked, and me pulling off my jacket and me blacking out when a nigga snatched my chain and all that shit, I had a whole bunch of thoughts. And so when we get down to the police station, I was like, please just let me in a room with this nigga by himself without the gun. Like, I don't even want the nigga to go to jail. Just put me and this nigga in a room. Like, I don't even want the nigga to go to jail. He ain't gotta go to jail, but just put me and this nigga in a room together and let's see what goes on without that gun. You know what I'm saying? And the police wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't want the nigga to go to jail, but the nigga like motherfucker, like fuck. I guess at 17 I was snitching. I don't know, but I don't know if that's considered snitching and shit. But I think your mom them called the police. Like I didn't call the police. Like
yeah, that's who did. That's who did. My stepmom, she called because I remember. Yep, and I remember when they said you got your jacket back too. So yeah, but the thing is, you still came in the party. Now I don't know if that just come because it was cold outside or because you just was a straight up hip hopper. You said to come to party.
It came to party. Like I said, I thought Sundance was, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, okay, they got my jacket. I thought I was, you dig, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, I'm still fly. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when the police came and got me, I felt kind of important again. Like, niggas actually went out and solved the case for me. Like, damn, the police solved the case for me and caught the motherfuckers that robbed me and all that dumbass shit. Like, damn, I felt important and shit. I didn't get my chain back. I didn't get killed. I had some Dwayne glasses and shit. Yeah. I got my Dwayne glasses back and all that shit, G. Like, I just didn't give the gold chain back. You know what I'm saying? My haircut was still fresh.
The Batmobile signal haircut.
Yeah, it's still fresh. Cause the niggas asked me, they was like, "What is Kingdom?" I said, "That's my name, nigga." And that's when they was like, "All right, GD," it read off. I was like, GD, nigga. That shit didn't mean nothing then. It probably mean less now. Okay, all right. I ain't gonna go back down memory lane. All right. So George, we gonna play this video of Dime Piece.
Okay.
And I thank you for your time, bro.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate your Chicago catalog, brother.
Great fucking blends too, bro.
Thank you.
Great blends. Some DJs don't know how to fucking keep a blend.
Coming from Mos Def. This is Go Talk from Dime. Lady Dime Piece. No, Dime Morgan, I mean. My correction. Right?
The real Dime Monroe.
Dime Monroe.
Period. Only up from here is that time. I'm not trying to talk about shit else. I told y'all before and I'ma say it again. I put my whole life savings on my shorties.
See, I think we got one.
My bitches. I know they ain't switching, it's just the beginning. When I'm going under, they over. We smoking as I, so we not pulling over. You say you gon' die like them digits. Don't play with my money, this shit gon' get serious. I tell you this just the beginning. Yeah. I'm those go, and I ain't stop for no one. If you want smoke, Jay, I said I was gon' be one. Ain't giving out no cheat codes, got the key to the streets, I'm the great one. If I say I'ma do, it's gon' get done. If you think that you own, then I'm on one. Ladies, these bitches and niggas be talking, I promise you, I do not hear them at all. Waiting for me to fuck up, not even in August, I promise you won't see me fall. I am a soldier, I've been through it all. I am a soldier, I came at it all. Fuck up a check and I make it right back, say something. Tell me how you niggas ball. Tell me how you niggas living. Tell me what you niggas spend, what's your income. Shorty mad at women, she dig them. Say you don't eat, don't lick, can't stick some. Got a couple niggas, but they ain't you. Might let you crack even though I still hate you. Walk on the beat, right my wrong till I'm able. Hop in the booth, give you something you can bang to. Lil' D, you so cold. I got my skill from my popsy to go. Yeah, he really the goal. No top in the stew, so you know it's a goal. No top in the stew, so you know I let go. Heat up in the stew, cause you know I get cold. Somebody please tell me who really the goal. Please hand me my jacket, I really get cold. Huh? Come again? What you say, bitch? She talking again, but not on the crumb, she on that same shit. Fuck you, and you, and whoever you came with. Mention my name, get changed quick. We spin that block so dangerous. My bitches, I know they ain't switching, it's just the beginning. When I'm going under, they over. We smoking as I, so we not pulling over. You say you gon' die about them digits. Don't play with my money, this shit gon' get serious. I tell you this just the beginning. Yeah. I'm those go, and I ain't stop for no one. If you want smoke, Jay, I said I was gon' be one. Ain't giving out no cheat codes, got the key to the streets, I'm the great one. If I say I'ma do, it's gon' get done. If you think that you own, then I'm on one. Ride, son of a bitch that won't make a fire. Came from nothing, I made it a bar. I'm speaking my thoughts, this shit ain't that hard. Ain't me, not owe me. He took with me, I might fuck with his homie. Pussy so good, it sound like macaroni. He said it's mad, he rented, I own it. 4 pockets full, rich your life, I drop a bag on it. I'm his little baby, wah, he blow a bag on me. Down hit the streets like the crack did the 80s, now they all on her. Now they all wanna, but I am a loner. Sometimes when I'm alone, up in my feelings, my friends be getting me out. First time I took the meal, Marco, we gone. Yeah, bitch, I'm flying them out. Up and new bound, them yachts, swerving the foreign. Me and my bitches stay torn. Yo, nigga looking, he said that you boring. Till I re-get him, you know that he going. I said what I said, no back and forth. I'm done with the chit chat. 4-5 got a lot of kickback. You mention money, you know that I'm with that. Bitch speak, y'all push your wig back. Call up E, cause you know that she with that. Call up Bree, we gon' have us a kickback. That bitch slap, we gon' leave what she slid at. My bitches, I know they ain't switching, it's just the beginning. When I'm going under, they open. We smoking as I, so we not pulling over. You say you gon' die about them digits. Don't play with my money, this shit gon' get serious. I tell you this just the beginning.